Have you ever walked into a pediatric waiting room and wondered why some clinics have those big wooden activity cubes in the center of the room? Today, we're looking at why these aren't just toys. They're actually strategic investments for hospitals and pediatric clinics. I'm here with our guest who specializes in healthcare play environments. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I get asked about this all the time, especially from clinic managers who are trying to figure out what's actually going to hold up in their waiting rooms.
Right. And that's the big question, isn't it? Are wooden activity cubes really durable enough for commercial use? I mean, we're talking about high traffic environments where kids are cycling through all day, every day.
Exactly. And the answer is yes, but only if you're looking at commercial grade models. These aren't your typical home playroom cubes. We're talking about units built specifically for environments that see years of heavy daily use. They're constructed with materials like high-pressure laminate, or HPL, and durable melamine laminate.
Okay, so what makes those materials different?
High-pressure laminates are considered one of the most durable decorative surface materials out there. They perform incredibly well in high-traffic areas like hospitals and clinics because they resist impact. They don't wear down from cleaning chemicals, and they're strong enough to handle constant use. Melamine laminate has similar benefits. It stands up to heavy daily use and frequent sanitization without degrading.
That's impressive. So, to everyone listening who's responsible for outfitting pediatric spaces, durability really comes down to the materials and construction quality.
Definitely. And there's another layer to this: safety. Commercial-grade activity cubes are designed for exceptional stability and tip resistance due to their construction and low center of gravity. Some larger models can be quite heavy, making them extremely difficult for children to tip over. Plus, they use shatterproof safety glass in all mirror or viewing panels and all interactive elements. Beads, sliders, gears are permanently attached. No loose parts means no choking hazards and no need for staff to constantly tidy up.
Makes total sense.
I actually remember working with one pediatric clinic that had been using standard toys in buckets. Every child got their own bucket, and after each visit, staff had to disinfect every single piece. It was a logistical nightmare. When they switched to freestanding island activity cubes, the whole system got simpler and safer.
I bet the staff appreciated that change. Now, that point about sanitization and material durability sets up our next topic: how these cubes meet hygiene standards. But first, a quick word from our sponsor.
At Little People's Cove, we specialize in commercial-grade interactive play solutions designed specifically for healthcare settings serving children. From play cubes and wall-mounted activity panels to sensory and fine motor elements, our products help young patients stay engaged, reduce anxiety, and create a more comforting, positive experience during visits, treatments, or recovery, all while maintaining a safe, durable, and easy-to-clean environment built for pediatric spaces. Learn more at www.littlepeoplescove.com.
Picking up on sanitization and material durability, how do wooden activity cubes actually meet the hygiene standards required in hospitals and pediatric clinics?
Great question. Hospital-grade activity cubes are constructed from non-porous materials that do not degrade when exposed to harsh hospital-grade disinfectants. Standard toys often have porous surfaces or crevices where bacteria can hide, but these cubes feature smooth designs with rounded edges. After standard cleaning procedures, you're looking at a nearly germ-free surface.
So they're designed to be compatible with the disinfectants hospitals are already using?
Exactly. They can handle disinfectant wipes and meet healthcare-level infection control standards. The finishes are specifically designed not to degrade from regular cleaning. And here's something interesting. Many of these units also feature antimicrobial surfaces.
How does that work?
Antimicrobial high-pressure laminates are created by introducing an antimicrobial additive during the manufacturing process. This provides lasting resistance to harmful microbes and reduces cross-contamination. There was actually a study in 2 urban hospitals that found a decline of 79% and 75% in total bacterial colony-forming units over 12 months when antimicrobial laminate surfaces were in place.
Wow, those are significant numbers. So we've established that durability and hygiene are major factors. Or I suppose we could say infection control is the foundation here. But why are these cubes considered the optimal choice over other types of waiting room toys?
Well, there are really three reasons. First, infection control. We just covered that foundation. Second, the zero risk engineering. All interactive elements are tethered or enclosed, so there's no mess, no lost pieces, and no safety hazards. Third, and this is something people don't always think about, is the therapeutic value.
Therapeutic value? Tell me more about that.
Medical environments can be intimidating for children. Activity cubes offer therapeutic and normalizing value. They help reduce medical anxiety and support developmental skills during clinic visits. Some models are designed to help familiarize children with medical environments and procedures, making the actual exam less frightening.
That's really thoughtful design. And I imagine in a busy waiting room, you need something that can engage multiple children at once.
Absolutely. Freestanding island activity cubes are standard in large waiting rooms because they enable multiple children to play simultaneously from all sides. This reduces conflict and helps avoid crowding or traffic jams in play areas. The 360-degree access means one cube can serve several kids at the same time, which is a huge advantage in high-traffic pediatric settings.
Right, definitely.
And because they're self-directed, children stay occupied while parents focus on paperwork or clinical discussions. It's a distraction with a purpose, keeps the waiting room calmer and more functional for everyone. You could say it turns chaos into quiet engagement. Well, quieter at least.
Ha! Quieter is probably the best any clinic can hope for. So, really, when you're looking at outfitting a pediatric clinic or hospital, you're not just buying a toy. You're investing in a piece of furniture that solves multiple problems: durability, hygiene, safety, and patient experience all at once.
Exactly, and I would say that commercial-grade activity cubes are built for environments where children cycle through all day, every day, for years. They're a suitable long-term investment for pediatric offices and hospital outpatient areas because they address the unique logistical and safety challenges of healthcare environments.
Right. And for anyone listening who's responsible for facility outfitting, it's worth thinking about how these cubes can actually improve both the patient experience and operational efficiency.
Definitely. Together, we're creating environments where children feel safer, parents feel more at ease, and staff can maintain infection control without constant cleanup. It's a win across the board.
Well said. Thanks so much for breaking this down today. I think we've covered why wooden activity cubes really are the best choice for hospitals and pediatric clinics.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.